How did you know you were gay?
Oh my God, I didn't. And it was like, it took me forever. And I think the realization was, I thought I liked this girl, but I liked her boyfriend. And that is when it set in for me. It was in like freshman year. But also it's like,
Wait, explain that.
especially like, well, I don't know how my brain tricked myself into thinking it was her. But I think being a triplet is like, people are constantly saying, you guys are the exact same person. You're so similar. You guys look alike. This, and that. So it's like, when I was the only one, I feel like, with gay intrusive thoughts, it was like super out of left field. And it's like no one steered me away from being authentically myself. I just thought that I had to replicate what Matt and Chris were doing. So like realizing I was gay, it took me so long to actually have those pieces of my brain like click together, because Matt and Chris, it was like the first time they weren't also going through that. So I think like...
That's crazy. This is the first experience that was solely yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I'd say like figuring out I was gay, I was like, oh my God, that is like me and Chris are not fully aligned mentally.
You share everything else for the most part.
Like literally, I remember growing up and like I was so blindsided about like especially just with like just lifestyles. Like I wasn't surrounded by like a gay person ever, or like influenced by a gay person to think about like that as a possible scenario for me. So I remember like going to school and like people would be like, oh, that's gay, or this is gay, or that's gay. Those are things that I said in like 3rd and 4th grade, not realizing I was a gay person. And that's what I always don't understand is like when people call things gay negatively.
Which they shouldn't do anymore because the year is 2024. I mean, dude, Hillary Duff was yelling at people about that shit like 20 years ago.
Yeah. And like people...
ahead of her time.
And that's the thing is like people I feel like don't do that nearly as much anymore. But it's so weird to me of like... I was so confused because I remember a really like defining moment in me figuring out a lot about myself was me, Matt, and Chris were together and like we were in Maine on like this family vacation that we would like annually go on, and I think we were like 9 or like 8, and they were pissing me off, and I was like, you guys are being fucking annoying, like that's gay, or I said something about gay people negatively, and one of the moms that was like on the trip heard me because there was like windows open like upstairs. And my mom didn't know that I was like saying stuff like that either, like to Matt and Chris negatively, because she would have stopped me then and there. But the other mom heard me, and she has like gay kids of her own that are way older, that are like, probably in this scenario, they were like, I don't know, like 18 or something. And she told my mom, and she's like, me and you should talk to your boys about like why that's wrong. So my mom's friend, I always praise her for like...
It's really...
I don't even think she really knows
that's a big deal.
She doesn't know the impact that it had in like my thought process of stuff. Is like her and my mom got together and told me, Matt and Chris, like why we can't negatively be saying stuff like that, even though I was the only one that was doing it. And that's like the most ironic thing about it. Is like I had straight brothers and straight friends, and I'm calling these people gay negatively as a literal gay kid. Like I'm like, you're literally actually a gay little boy and you're calling people gay negatively consistently. Like I would consistently be that. It was like deflecting in my own brain.
100%. Yeah, you're projecting, you're deflecting, you're doing the whole fucking thing.
But I don't think I could fully confidently even say in my own head like I'm gay as a thought until like freshman year of high school.
And it was seeing... So you thought you had a crush on a girl, but when do you realize that you
also my friend Taylor by the pool. The girl Taylor that was by the pool when I was like in the pool swimming when our house caught on fire. It was that girl Taylor.
So you had a crush on her, but when do you realize it's actually the boyfriend?
I knew subconsciously in the back of my head forever.
So you just wanted to be around her because it meant you'd be around her boyfriend?
Well, the weird thing is it wasn't really like a situational thing of like being around her will get me near her boyfriend, because me and her were amazing friends. Like, and she was my closest friend, I'd say, for like 2 years. And it was never about being close to her because of her boyfriend. I just think it was like, I just also think it was like a distance thing. Like our foundation of our, my friendship with her was based off of like kind of me thinking I like her and then telling her and then realizing I was gay, and then me and her had this joke of like, oh, I thought I liked you. She was the second person that ever knew that I was gay. And then me and her built our relationship off of like me and her both knowing that I was gay, and like I thought that I liked her boyfriend. And then for like 3 years, me and her were really, really best friends because she had thought that it was a very short. it was a very short aspect of that friendship I had with her was her actual boyfriend, and I never wanted to be friends with her to get closer to him. I think my brain just genuinely thought that I liked her, and then I told her, and then we were both like, no, I don't like you. Like, I told her, and she's like, you don't like me. And I was like, you're right. You're right. Like, we kind of realized at the same time when I told her, like, yeah, you're wrong. So that was, like, hilarious, honestly.